Cinderella solution. This is Carly, on the darkest day of her entire life. And as you'll read in the next few minutes, she would be convinced it was the last day of her life as well. Because as she looked through her once youthful eyes, now fenced by fine lines and age spots. And at her stomach and legs, now trapped behind inflated layers of fat and embarrassing cellulite. This was the first time God had given Carly the courage to weigh herself in what seemed like years, only to realize that the once slender body of her 20s and early 30s was now paralyzed with 84 more pounds of fat since the last time she stepped on the scale. In the hours that followed, she was greeted by the now almost daily episodes of piercing anxiety, shame and hopelessness. All while being consumed by venomous guilt that she was letting everybody around her down. And while she often caught her husband looking at other women the same way he used to look at her, she still tried her best to get her body back by trying every diet under the sun. And exercising for hours on end each and every day. But it was on this day, after stepping on the scale, that she finally realized it was all for nothing. So as she sat there, that anxious sorrow she felt for herself, this time, it felt more severe? Sharper, as though she was being pierced by each one of those emotions all at once. She had no clue the extra had weight triggered a life-jeopardizing sequence. Doctors now call the ticking time bomb of the female metabolism. The recently discovered female-only fault line triggered in your early 20s that hardwires your body to crave weight gain for the next 30 years of your life. Even worse, and surprisingly, nobody ever talks about how this condition quietly needles away at your immune system, deliberately crippling your ability to fight off disease and maintain your figure. Which is why Carly could barely feel her body imploding inwards on itself until it was too late. And because for 86 to 92% of women over the age of 25, the weight just creeps on slowly while actually stalking your vital organs. Then before you know it, your fit, healthy, happy and disease-free body is gone and you are left wondering, what happened to the old me? But that was the least of Carly's worries that morning. Because little did she know, the countdown had already started. And the fairy tale life she pictured as a little girl would be stolen away from her in a matter of seconds. Suddenly her fingers began to tingle while black dots shot across her eyes. As she struggled for breath, it felt as though cement slowly flooded her legs while her knees began to buckle, and now, as if in fast forward, she saw the tiles on the floor racing towards her face. "Carly!" screamed her husband after being startled by all 209 pounds of his wife hitting the ground. "Honey, what happened?" As he ran to the bathroom, violent agony took a vice-like grip over his wife's entire body. "Carly, wake up! What's happening?" he yelled with fear-infused desperation. But although her eyes were open, he could tell that behind those eyes, there was nobody there. She simply just lay there in flash-frozen shock. And as blackness slowly soaked her vision while pain transitioned to numbness, with her husband standing over her screaming for her to say something. Anything. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath and accepted her fate. But fortunately for Carly, her husband, her daughter, and maybe even you. Carly's story didn't end that day, which is why right now, if you are a woman with more than 10, 15, or even better 20+ pounds to lose, you need to pay close attention. Because the breakthrough Carly uncovered only a couple hours later, hooked up to tubes, laying in a hospital bed, not only saved her life, but triggered a flood of what scientists call the weight loss doubling molecule that lays dormant inside even the most stubborn female metabolism. Which is why her friends, her family and even Carly's doctor were shocked when this sequence not only ended her battle with hypertension, pre-diabetes, endometriosis, and even depression, but compelled her body to initiate a 22-hour-a-day fat-burning sequence that grew stronger with each passing day. And Carly didn't stop there. But first allow me to let you in on another secret. Although Carly survived that morning, that woman, the woman who stood there that day wrapped with guilt, drowning in depression, all within a body saturated by almost 100 pounds of excess fat, she doesn't exist anymore. Because the truth is, as soon you refuse to remain the prey of corporations, TV doctors and so-called industry gurus who make false promises to line their pockets, And start listening to women, like you, like me. A new woman will begin to take shape, literally. The new you that begins to emerge. The one that has empowered herself with her God-given, biological ability to double weight loss. All by using something so simple, yet proven by expert-level scientists solution that allows you to reclaim control over your body, your health once and even how you age. You too will join the army of women who are now raving fans of the female-only flavor pairing solution I discovered. The one that has already allowed 16,000 women to lose over 100,000 pounds in the last 11 months alone. That's right. This isn't just some advertisement. I'm not some TV doctor or self-proclaimed guru, and I work for no one other than the women like you for whom I live to serve. That woman in the mirror was me. This is my story. And this is your solution. So if you're a woman over the age of 25 who wants to reclaim her life inside the body she deserves while living her very own Cinderella story like myself and the other women you'll meet today. Pay close attention and keep reading. Because the breakthrough I discovered at the end of my weight loss failures is guaranteed to be the first step in your success. From the desk of Carly Donovan. Hi there. As you now know, my name's Carly. I was that lady, and I promise to properly introduce myself in a moment, but first. Whether you want to believe it was God's plan, luck, or divine intervention. Having my 209-pound, disease-saturated and confidence-starved body hit the floor that morning was my fate. And to be honest, I'm glad it happened. Because it allowed me, a once clinically obese and exhausted pre-diabetic mother with hypertension on the verge of losing everything, to stumble upon this weight loss doubling ritual. That triggers a relentless fat-torching domino effect buried deep inside even the most shattered metabolism. As I'll show you in the next few minutes, it is possible to eliminate all the years of frustration, while stamping out the fire responsible for depression and disease. So you too can start building the fairy tale life you believed in when you were younger. All it takes is a diet-free solution that rewires and reawakens your scientifically proven 22-hour-a-day weight loss magnification systems. And even though those powerful systems went dormant for you the moment puberty ended, undeniable recent top-level university investigations now verify there is a fat-burning, sleeping giant inside you, and by time we are done today, together you and I will have given him a giant-sized kick in the butt that screams. Together you and I will have given him a giant-sized kick in the butt that screams, get back to work. You know, I could have never dreamed that myself, my friends and my family would watch in amazement as I doubled my weight loss each and every week for the first 21 days straight. Allowing me to drop a dress size every 7 days in the first 3 weeks. But my journey didn't end there. In fact, fat from it. Because the truth is, had no idea that a 160-year-old flavor pairing ritual designed by the planet's slimmest, longest living and most disease-resistant country could actually transform the female body into a fat-torching furnace that burns hotter with each passing moment, while at the same time generating a rebound weight gain defense system, making it almost biologically impossible for the fat to wickedly reappear like it always does. You know what I'm talking about. So even though I have horrible genetics and nothing ever worked for me, everyone round me witnessed another 66 pounds quickly evaporate in the shortest time possible. At almost 40 years old, I eliminated 100 pounds of confidence-stealing, energy-sucking and potentially life-ending body fat. And finally got to live my happily ever after, reversing all signs of hypertension, diabetes and depression. All while managing to lose 12 dress sizes and 23 inches off my waist. Shrinking from a whopping 42 inches all the way around, down to only 26 inches. But before all this happened, I mean, like even before I started gaining all that weight in my mid-20s, that every woman falls victim to the shadowy metabolic villain that forces the 3 hormones that kept you fit, youthful, healthy and happy when you were younger, to literally funnel floating fat cells into every single area exposed by your bathing suit. All while introducing you to a lifetime struggle with body image, while locking in your weight management hormones to storage mode. And even though none of this our fault because nobody, not even our doctor, warns us about this when we're younger. Unless of course you are one of the lucky 8% blessed with near-perfect genetics. As women we are all victims of this fat hoarding 30-year sentence. The one that dismembers your metabolism from the end of puberty all the way through menopause. However, if it wasn't for that fateful day not so long ago, I could have never discovered these kindergarten simple flavor pairing rituals from a tiny island 6,000 miles across the ocean. That not only had the power to transform my body, but bodies and lives of over 16,787 other women just like you, in the last year alone, because the truth is, you are literally only one unusual step in an unexpected direction away from knocking over the one big fat loss domino that's standing between you and the body you've been dreaming of, just like Susan did at 53 years old. Who used, of all things, a carb pairing ritual to channel a fat flushing current, forcing 48 pounds of fat from her body while allowing her to recover the youthful glow lost in her 20s. Or even ladies with once silent metabolisms, like Kelly, who lost 52 pounds, using the salty sweet flavor pair that revs up fat burning by over. Or like other working moms in their 40s. Like Sarah, who melted away even more weight than I did in her first 3 weeks. All by drinking a metabolism reset tea that pairs 2 savory flavors found in your kitchen cabinet right now. Not only is this weight loss doubling method 100% biologically guaranteed to work for women between the ages of 20 to 65 years old, but it's 100% proven safe. Because it has been the cornerstone of weight loss and longevity for the planet's healthiest country for almost 2 centuries. Sadly, you've never heard of their secret because it's so closely guarded by their nation's top gatekeepers. It wasn't until a few highly respected doctors and government officials broke their code of silence that I was able to unleash that flood of age-reversing enzymes, allowing me to reclaim my body, my energy, my husband, and as you can see here, my youth. Cannot describe what it's like to actually feel something start to work from the moment you start all the way until you lose your very last pound. But what I can do is finally empower you with this fast-paced yet easy to understand, step-by-step tutorial that I pledge will make your very own Cinderella story come true. Starting tonight. Because trust me, I know how it is. I too never planned on avoiding my reflection in the mirror at all costs, every attempt at diet and exercise ending up in frustration and rebound weight gain. My favorite clothes ending up in the back of the closet because they don't fit anymore. Having my libido permanently set to headache and my energy levels set to snooze. Suffering relentless sugar cravings and senseless mood swings. And scrolling through old pictures on Facebook and asking myself, what happened to the old me? But if you can relate to any of this, I can tell you with conviction, undeniable proof and love, that is all about to change for you. In the next 2.5 minutes I promise to reveal the one thing you absolutely must do to finally achieve jaw-dropping daily results while reclaiming the attention and confidence you've been missing out on for so long. Skeptical? You should be. After all these failed attempts at weight loss, you've gotten wiser over the last few years, haven't you? And let me tell you something right now. None of this is your fault, because I think by now, you know the last thing you need or want is another workout DVD. Or fad detox some skinny fitness model is raving about on Instagram. Right? And let's be honest. I know you're just done with all those point-counting, pill-pushing companies that empty your pockets with proven-to-fail schemes, and I'm with you, girl. I know right now you're probably saying, fat is the problem. But hear me out here and follow my words closely. Up until this moment, I'm willing to bet that every single weight loss solution you've ever tried actually targets fat first. As women, we must dig deeper than simply attacking the surface with the same old school and outdated tactics marketers have recycled for the last 4 decades. Think about it, the Atkins diet of the 90s is now called the keto diet. Today's P90X is just the digital version of Buns of Steel from 20 years ago. And Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, South Beach and Nutrisystem all found new ways to glam up the sacred art of counting calories and portion control. Gimme a break, the sad, and very scary, truth is. Even though you lose the weight at the start using these fat-first cardio-saturated rabbit food diet methods, you're causing permanent damage to your metabolism, your immune system, and especially your vital organs with every pound you lose using these recycled, blunt force trauma methods. Trying to lose weight this way is the same as using sandpaper to take off your makeup each night. It's overkill, it doesn't make sense, and more importantly, it's dangerous. And trust me, I know. Giving in is easy because each one of their million-dollar marketing tactics preys on women like you and I by seducing you with exactly what you want to hear in your most vulnerable moments. That all ends today. Because the truth is, each time you try these temporary outside-in approaches, it's like having razor-sharp thorns poke thousands of tiny holes in your metabolism, making it even more painstaking to lose weight on your next attempt. It's not fair and you deserve better. So let me ask you this. Doesn't it make more sense to use a trusted solution that works from the inside out to sync with your metabolism in order to ignite your true fat-burning potential, so you too can experience the permanent weight loss victory you deserve? Today it's finally time for you to seize control and lose weight 6 times faster than today's most popular commercial diet without counting a single calorie. Look and feel 10 to 20 years younger by eating the comfort food TV doctors are getting paid to say is unhealthy. Burn fat faster in female trouble spots by freeing up fat cells for use as on-demand energy. Live 22% longer by stacking carbohydrates in a way that actually strengthens your heart while you lose the weight. Achieve the freedom from hunger and food obsession using a procrastination method used in Alcoholics Anonymous for over 75 years. Find the golden window of when to drink wine and still lose weight by simply using the stopwatch on your smartphone. And so much more. And don't take my word for it. Look at what women like you are saying about how easy it is to drop weekly dress sizes by doing the exact opposite.